Michael, along with Gabriel, is probably the most well-known angelic being in the Bible. We know Michael is an archangel, but what exactly does that entail? What has he accomplished? What are his duties? And how does he fit into God's heavenly host? Michael is the name of the archangel. The name begs the question, who is comparable to God? Many parents, both Jewish and non-Jewish, who name their sons Michael have no idea what the name means. Michael is introduced to us by the prophet Daniel. Daniel had been praying and fasting for 3 weeks, and the angel had appeared to him on the first day. However, the angel was thwarted by a figure known as the Prince of the Kingdom of Persia, who stood in his way for 21 days, the entire time Daniel had been fasting and praying. This was clearly a high-ranking demon sent to Persia to represent the devil's kingdom and oppose God's. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a revelation was given to Daniel, who was called Belteshazzar. Its message was true, and it concerned a great war. The understanding of the message came to him in a vision. At that time, I, Daniel, mourned for 3 weeks. I ate no choice of food. No meat or wine touched my lips, and I used no lotions at all until the 3 weeks were over. On the 24th day of the 1st month, I was standing on the bank of the great river, the Tigris. I looked up, and there before me was a man dressed in linen, with a belt of fine gold from Uphaz around his waist. His body was like topaz, his face like lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a multitude. I, Daniel, was the only one who saw the vision. Those who were with me did not and hid themselves. So I was left alone, gazing at this great vision. I had no strength left. My face turned deathly pale and I was helpless. Then I heard him speaking, and as I listened to him, I fell into a deep sleep, my face to the ground. A hand touched me and set me trembling on my hands and knees. He said, "Daniel, you who are highly esteemed, consider carefully the words I am about to speak to you and stand up, for I have now been sent to you." And when he said this to me, I stood up trembling. Then he continued, "Do not be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come in response to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, because I was detained there with the king of Persia. Now I have come to explain to you what will happen to your people in the future, for the vision concerns a time yet to come." While he was saying this to me, I bowed with my face toward the ground and was speechless. Then one who looked like a man touched my lips, and I opened my mouth and began to speak. I said to the one standing before me, "I am overcome with anguish because of the vision, my lord, and I feel very weak. How can I, your servant, talk with you, my lord? My strength is gone, and I can hardly breathe." Again, the one who looked like a man touched me and gave me strength. "Do not be afraid, you who are highly esteemed," he said. "Peace, be strong now, be strong." When he spoke to me, I was strengthened and said, "Speak, my lord, since you have given me strength." So he said, "Do you know why I have come to you? Soon I will return to fight against the prince of Persia, and when I go, the prince of Greece will come. But first, I will tell you what is written in the book of truth. No one supports me against them except Michael, your prince." Daniel 10, verses 1 through 20. In Daniel chapter 10, the prophet fasts, humbling himself before God and praying for insight into the future of the Jews. After 21 days, an angel appears to him and explains the delay. The prince of Persia had been opposing him the entire time, and it wasn't until Michael relieved the angel that he could continue his journey to Daniel. The angel stays with Daniel long enough to outline future events for the Jews, but then must return to fighting the prince of Persia, and the prince of Greece will soon join the fight too. Only Michael stands by this angel in the face of these forces. It might be appropriate to give Michael the title of general, because we see him in connection with some kind of spiritual struggle every time we see him. Michael is the only one the Bible calls an archangel. In Jude 9, we hear Michael's title, Archangel. Archangelos is a Greek word that means chief angel or chief messenger. The term archangel is not used to describe him in the Bible, but another angel refers to him as one of the chief princes. Jude 9, verse 9. But even the Archangel Michael, when he was disputing with the devil about the body of Moses, did not himself dare to condemn him for slander, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." Daniel 10, verse 3. However, the prince of the kingdom of Persia opposed me for 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left there with the kings of Persia. The phrase "one of the chief princes" implies that Michael has peers. However, if there are any other archangels, the Bible does not reveal their identities. Michael stands guard over Israel. An angel describes how the Jews' final days will unfold in Daniel's final vision. Michael, the great prince who stands guard over the sons of your people, will appear at this time. Daniel 12, verse 1. Now at that time, Michael, the great prince who stands guard over the sons of your people, will arise. And there will be a time of distress, such as never occurred since there was a nation until that time. And at that time, your people, everyone who is found written in the book, will be rescued. The angel also refers to Michael as Daniel's prince. The Bible doesn't say what standing guard entails, but it's very clear that Michael has special responsibilities for Israel. In his role as a fighter, Michael has a particular responsibility to Israel. In Daniel 10, verse 21, in 12, verse 21, he is said to be the prince of that nation. As we read ancient and modern history, I believe we see the hand of Michael defending Israel. Michael directly opposes Satan. In addition to the Old Testament references, Michael is mentioned in the New Testament as well. The 9th version of the Little Book of Jude specifically refers to Michael as an archangel and recounts his battle with Lucifer over Moses' body. Michael triumphed thanks to the Lord's assistance. According to Jude, Michael did not have the audacity to pronounce a railing judgment. The Greek word for railing is often translated blasphemous or defaming against the devil. What he does say is interesting enough to merit its own fact. Michael only says 4 words in the Bible. In other words, 3 Greek words that are frequently translated into 4 English words. In Jude 9, Michael rebukes Satan saying, "The Lord rebuke you." Michael is a military commander of some angels. In John's Apocalypse, he sees a great war in heaven. He sees a great battle in heaven between Michael and his angels and the dragon, Satan, and his angels. However, the devil and his forces are too weak to remain in heaven, so they are all cast down to earth. Revelation 12, verses 7 through 9. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels waging war with the dragon. The dragon and his angels waged war, and they were not strong enough, and there was no longer a place found for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old who is called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, "Now have come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brothers and sisters, who accuses them before our God day and night, has been hurled down. They triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. They did not love their lives so much as to shrink from death." Michael, the archangel, will shout as he accompanies Jesus at his second coming. Not only does he proclaim the matchless and exciting news that Jesus Christ returns, but he speaks the word of life to all who are dead in Christ and to await their resurrection. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16. To protect Israel, the archangel Michael and his fellow angels will fight against the dragon and his demons. The angels' method of warfare will be similar to what they do on behalf of all believers today. Hebrews 1, verse 14. Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? As Michael fought on Daniel's behalf against demons in the Old Testament era, angels fight for believers today and will fight for Israel in the tribulation to come. Daniel 10, verse 13. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, because I was detained there with the king of Persia. Despite the devil's fury, he and his demons will not triumph. Indeed, they have no place in heaven any longer. They will not, in the end, thwart God's plan for Israel or the return of his son. The Bible also speaks of Angel Gabriel. To watch the video, click here.